Is this banner the best reprint so far in 2023? To me, this is definitely a banner you don't want to miss. Today, I'm going to share my recommendations for beginners, mid-game players about who is worthy and who is not in between KAMAEL, Claude, autonomous Android MK2 and the little Android AA72. If I made any mistakes or you have a different experience or opinions about the order of priority and tier list ranking today, please share it with us in the comment section below. I already posted a detailed video for each hero on this banner, which includes the overall utility ranking cards, so I will put the link in the description below if you wanna check them out in details. By the way, some of you were asking why there was no video last week on the channel. The answer is we just welcome a wonderful newborn baby girl into our little family. Anyway, for the fast order of priority today, it is indeed a very hard pick between a few units here, as they all have some very strong incentive in different content based on your needs. Also, some of them pair very well together. So let's start with the last on the list today. And for number 4 or number 3, it will be the droids MK2 and the AA72. Both are amazing support in their respective elemental teams, so let's break them down in starting with MK2. So like a Jean, MK2 is a badass riding on a bike, and without spoiling any of the story, she's one of my favorite characters in Guardian Tales. However, MK2 is a critical hit-chance party buffer that has not found much home since her release, simply because there are some other ranged dark units like Arabelle who have established a better support role for the dark composition, except for the expedition where MK2 became Claude's best friend in one of the best teams you could build there. Aside of this, MK2 is slightly inconsistent. For example, a potential 20% movement speed is spread in between the special ability that gives her only 10% on it and a weapon that provides the other 10% only when you trigger the Shen skill. Also, she has additional 50% DPS damage with a weapon, but only with a 50% chance of activation. In cannon mode, she has great mobility for short-range damage, but in rifle mode, which offers long-range targeting, she can't move, which makes her a bit hard to maneuver in PvP. And I must add, her helicopter skill is just amazing, but sometimes the targeting is slightly off. Overall, she's absolutely fun to play. I've been using her in the expedition with Claude and personally build her in a full mono Colosseum dark team for fun, and I've been using her in different PvE like co-op and story mode, in which she's very efficient in clearing up large maps with lots of enemies thanks to her AoE, normal attacks and Shen skill while chasing your opponents with rockets and grenades. Ah, what a delight. Once again, she shines the most in the expedition dark range team to support Claude, and she is not the best on this list here today, but she's certainly a top 5 unit in the game when it comes to skill animation. After, let's talk about MK2. So the little android is a critical party buffer as well that remains a fantastic addition for your water range team in the reds, where she shines the most. She has AoE damage on both normal attacks and Shen skill that makes her very viable for your PvE content, and her exclusive weapon allows her to get an additional 20% movement speed and add up 60% of DPS damage, helping her to put some decent beatings against fire units in large maps for arena. Overall, the little android is rare to be seen, as she remains best in water team composition, and there are just better counterparts nowadays to invest in for beginners and mid-game players. And number 2, it will be Claude. So it is hard to keep you out of story spoilers today. I just would like to say Claude is to me such a wonderful reflection of Guardian Tales' abilities to develop strong storylines along with inceptive character development. Anyway, Claude is a range damage party buffer and a dark-centric support unit with every skill you could dream of. He can reduce dark type resistance on normal attacks, increase that type attack of all your allies by 20% of the chain skill, and lower the enemy's attack by 10% with this exclusive weapon. Speaking about Twilight, his exclusive gauntlet, this is of course a must as it provides him additional DPS and also give him amazing sustain with that 50% HP restoration based on the damage Claude deals. His special ability gives him 25% damage when your HP is above 50%, so a great offensive start, and it reduces the damage taken by 25% when it is below 50%. Claude has an amazing kit for PvE, works wonder on tough maps with lot of mobs in using AoE attacks all across his skill set. Can definitely do some work in PvP too. His chain skill Corrupted Field has an amazing area of effect, but it will be hard to land in PvP as it slows down Claude's mobility a lot. Aside from being the leader of one of the strongest expedition team, which by the way include both KAMAEL and MK2 on this banner, Claude is an amazing dark range unit if you are all about the dark side of Guardian Tales, and also we've seen him with Rosetta that can really drastically improve his normal attack in PvP arena if you manage to pull her. And number one by far for his versatility and skill set loaded with the best buffs and debuffs you can get in Guardian Tales, this is the god Camel, and I waited so long for him to come over. I believe it was 280 days, so let me just share back a very short intro I did for his release.
What took you so long to bring me to Guardian Tales? 1 year! 1 year it took you to bring me here. And about 82% of you watching this video are not subscribed yet. That sucks.
Hope you enjoyed the little break. Let me know if you want to see some more of those. Anyway, let's go back to KAMAEL's breakdown. So with his range damage party buff, which is very universal in Guardian Tales, KAMAEL has nothing to prove anymore as being the ultimate GOAT when it comes to one unit that can cover all your content and bring such utility to your range team in reducing enemies' range defense by 20% on normal attacks, a strong AoE DPS on chain skill that can heal all your allies' HP by 20% for the sustain, but most importantly, the strongest utility skill in the entire games, it can remove negative effects to your entire team as well. And this is and always been a very powerful skill in Guardian Tales, first with Mia when she was released for endgame content grinding in PvE, but also in PvP in the Colosseum. I mean, if you take even nowadays, you put a future princess, a Ogma, a KAMAEL and a Mia in your team, and you can safely grind in 1,000. If you have decent stats or whatever, it's a very safe team because they remove negative effects. But most importantly for KAMAEL, it's also very strong in PvE. If you are struggling in the latest story progression, for example, I mean, now the new stages have lots of towers that can throw you tons of debuffs, and also the bosses. So this is once again a very priceless skill. On top of it, his special abilities increase his heal recovery to its skills by 25%, which is a massive sustain for your progression in the toughest content and stages. And by the way, if you are new to Guardian Tales and you put Rosetta a few weeks ago, you just need to put a cheap Craig as a tank and whatever offensive or support units, and you will be just all fine to clear your stories. KAMAEL is clearly a unit you don't want to miss, and if you have him already, I will suggest putting on his weapon to max it out, as the multiplier will go insane for each effect he brings to the table. Once again, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video today, remember to destroy that like button and hit that bell to receive more content and support the channel in 2023. I will be back on Thursday if any new Guardian Tales hero on the current servers, so remember to save some gems in case the next banner could fit better your collection. As usual, I wish you all to be safe, to be well, and until the next, stay tuned everybody.